about myself with you guys. I'm going to share a little bit about myself with you guys right now. I used to fight a lot when I was growing up. It all started in elementary school as me getting bullied all the time, you know what I mean? I was always the little guy, and I had a bully. He would always jump on my back, try to choke me, you know what I mean? I was wrestling at the time, so one day he jumped on my back and I had enough of it. I threw him over, he hit his head, and he ended up getting a concussion. Of course, I was the one to get expelled, you know what I mean? Then I went to middle school, and we got a couple fights in middle school. When I went to high school is when it really started. A lot of fights. I was wrestling. I started getting better in wrestling. I was a couple-time regional champ, state placer. One day, I got jumped and stabbed 5 times. I had a friend of mine that he got stabbed in the neck and almost died. That friend happened to be the same bully that used to bully me when I was in elementary school. How weird can that be? I was up for Winter Sports King around the same time, so I made the paper. One side I was up for Winter Sports King, and the other side I was in the crime beat for getting stabbed the same day. It was kind of weird. Started fighting mixed martial arts in 2006. And in 2008 is when my life really changed. I had gotten into a bar fight. I ended up hitting somebody one time. He fell over, hit his head on the cement, and then went into a coma. After 5 days, his family pulled the plug on him, and I ended up getting charged with reckless manslaughter. I ended up spending the next 5 years in prison. As I was in prison, I'm watching The Ultimate Fighter, and I see our former professor Chase Hackett fighting to get into the house, the tough house, and that was actually my last fight in 2008 before I caught my case, and I lost to, I think it was a unanimous decision, but we went all 3 rounds. I lost. I was getting ready to see parole that year. I thought I was going to get out. It was my time to get out because I knew I could be at the same level as him fighting. And I ended up getting set back a whole other year in prison. When I got out in 2014 is when I got out. I started fighting again. I got onto that Ultimate Fighter, or not the Ultimate Fighter, sorry, excuse me, the Fighter Source tournament with an amateur fighting. I fought in California, I fought in New York before MMA was even legal, because I was an amateur. Then I ended up going across, fighting in London for an amateur world title as I was on parole. So that was kind of amazing, I guess. Nobody would go out of the country, you know what I mean? Right now I'm 6-2 as a pro. I'm undefeated in RFA and LFA. When me and Jordan sat down to make this journal, he asked me, why do I fight? I told him I fight because this is my positive outlet, my profession. I fight for my daughter. He wanted to know what some of my goals were to get up here. At the time I lived in Pueblo, so I was always driving up here, working down there. I told him I wanted to become a Denver resident, to train full time, to handle all my legal situations. And the end of this month, I should have all my legal situations handled. I'm training full time. I'm a Denver resident now. So I had to look back and start making some new goals since I accomplished some of those ones. My other one was to try to work on my sobriety. just want to thank you, Coach, for all the seeds you have planted in my life, and whether it be here in the gym, with my religion, or just like everyday life, I want to say thank you. And for all you guys, thank you for having the patience as these seeds continue to grow, and that's my scattered growth.